Good morning, everyone. Can you all hear me? Please confirm me in the chat box once. Okay. So, is there anyone who just joined today? If yes, please confirm me in the chat box. If anyone just joined today, if it is your first class, so please confirm me in the chat box once. So, if there is any first, if it is first class for anyone, Swati, I can say it is your first class. Apart from Swati, is there anyone? If it is your first class, please confirm me in the chat box. Okay. So, thank you so much for joining. So, good morning, everyone. So, let's see first what we discussed in our previous classes, and then we'll move to the new topic. So, as I discussed yesterday, so still, if there is a new joinee today, so I'll repeat it once again. So, what we were covering in this particular course, course, we were covering AWS, Azure, Terraform, Linux, and the whole pipeline, like how we are deploying these Terraform templates into AWS and Azure as well. So it's pure real time. So combining of all these courses, we packed into a single package. Okay. So it will be advantage for your resume. And when you're looking for a job, you can say that you have an experience with multi-cloud and deploying the infrastructure in multi-cloud. Okay. And along with that, we also have a free Linux course offered here. It means for a single course fee, we were learning up to 4 courses in this particular package. So this is dedicated to people who can't learn all these 4 courses by putting off 80,000 rupees or 60,000 rupees. So with the less price, so Naresh IT offers this particular course. Okay. So what we required for a job, so that all be covered in this particular package. So from last few classes, we were covering very basics, like what is cloud, what is on-premises infrastructure, and what is an IP address, what is a public IP address, what is private IP address, what is a network. So we covered very basics. In fact, we were not entered into the cloud properly till now. We are just preparing our ground to try to understand what all technologies that we have before entering into the cloud platform. So how the on-premises infrastructure were being managed. So from last few classes, we were repeating the same, and we are just adding one or new topic. That's it. So people who just joined today, I'll just recap it high level today once and go back and watch the videos once. If you have any question at any point, reach out to me. I'll be explaining it to you again because we weren't entered into the AWS till now. So till now we have seen what is cloud. So hope everyone is joining from last 2-3 classes, right? Can I expect some answers from what is cloud? So if people are from online, you can put your answers into the chat box. Keep interacting with me. This shouldn't be like a YouTube session, like something I'm explaining and something you are listening and you're leaving from here. This should be interactive. We will be working as a team. Ask whatever in your mind. So I'm here to answer your question. If your question, if it might wrong, I will be correcting your question. Okay. Just feel free, whatever you want. You can put it in the chat box. Whatever the answer in your mind, you can put it in the chat box. Siri Reddy, yes. Cloud is a storage and it's having services. Yes, but whenever someone asks you about what is a cloud, don't use the statement like cloud is a storage, because cloud is a technology. Cloud is not just a storage. For example, if I have a Google Drive is a storage purpose. But cloud is something which is having many things, not just storage. Cloud is a technology, and this technology is provided by multiple service providers in the market. Amazon, Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure, different cloud platforms. All these cloud platforms will maintain our infrastructure instead of we maintaining our infrastructure. Cloud will maintain our infrastructure instead of we maintaining our infrastructure. What is an infrastructure? Whatever physically that we have in our premises. Kiran, yes, hosted services used over the internet. Cloud is opposite to the on-premises infra rented by a company to avoid cost of hardware infra. Yes. Okay. So I'll be telling the same answer, but I'm just framing it. Whatever the answer in your mind, I'll be telling the same, but I'm just framing it. Okay, whatever you have in your mind, so I'm just framing it. Try to remember this frame so that it will be professional when you're explaining in the interview. Okay. Cloud is a technology where many service providers offers this. What service provider will do is they will maintain our infrastructure on behalf of us. For example, if I go with an on-premises infrastructure, I have to procure many hardwares like switches, routers, cables, many things. Many things I have to procure. But coming to the cloud, whatever I want, I can create it virtually. Whatever I want, I can create it virtually. Cloud will be maintaining it. It means, for example, I want to have a machine with 4 CPUs and 2 GB memory. I can create that machine in AWS console and I can access it. But physically, it has to be stored at somewhere, right? That will be stored in AWS data center or Azure data center. AWS data center or Azure data center. And cloud is a pay-as-you-go model, as someone said who said that? Chaitanya. As Chaitanya said, cloud is a pay-as-you-go model. How much you use, you will be paying for it. Why I will call cloud is pay-as-you-go model? Because if I want to store my data in cloud by using a particular service, using of that service, if I store 100 GB of data, I'll be paying for 100 GB of data. If I'm storing 30 GB of data, I'll be paying for 30 GB of data. So that is called cloud pay-as-you-go model. Understood? Because how much you store, you'll be paying for it. How much you store, you will be paying for it. At the same time, if I created a machine in cloud, today let's see how to create a machine in cloud. We can call it as a server. We can call it as an instance, as I said earlier. I'll show you how to create that in cloud today. If I create something in cloud similar to that, if I'm running it for 10 hours, I'll be paying for 10 hours. If I'm running it for 30 hours, I'll be paying it for 30 hours. So that is also pay as you go model. Similarly, for each and every service, there is a criteria to measure that. See, storage means I'll be measuring in the amount of data. Server means I'll be measuring how much time it is running. For each and every service, there will be a criteria to measure it, and how much you use that, you will be paying for it. Now, yesterday I have shown you how to create an AWS account. Now, most of you have understood what is AWS console. Everyone might understand what is AWS console. Everyone might understand what is AWS console. What is AWS console? What is AWS console? Any idea what is AWS console? Once you logged in into your AWS account, that place you will call it as console. If I have a Flipkart account or Amazon account, I will be creating an account and I will be logging into that account, right? I'll be creating an account and I'll be logging into an account. So for example, if this is an AWS account or any account, you will be entering into this account. So here there are a lot of services available. That place is called console. So in AWS, everything what we do, we will do it in AWS console. Everything what we do, we will do it in AWS console. Yes, everyone is right. Good job, guys. Ropak, Jatin, Kiran, very good. So now we have created an AWS yesterday. Hope you are all very good with that. If not, if you haven't created your AWS accounts, make sure create your AWS accounts by today. Because if I'm saying something or if I'm explaining something in AWS console, after the class, if you are not practicing it, because since we have many services in AWS, we will cover many services in AWS or Azure, right? At the end of the day, if you are not practicing it, on next day, I'll be moving to some other service. So this service will become as pending. I'll be jumping into the some other service. You will forget to practice this service. So don't feel that at the end of our sessions, by completing everything, at the end I'll practice everything, or at the end I'll practice the use case, or at the end I'll prepare for the interview. Don't do that. Whenever you learn some service, we have to aware of the use case of that service. At the same time, we should aware of the interview questions of that particular service. Then and there itself, you should able to recall everything. Don't assume that once I completed 3 weeks, then I'll practice all these 3 week services and prepare for interview. Don't do that. Every day, whenever we will learn some service, I'll be explaining the use case of that service. You need to learn the use case of the service. And I'll be explaining some interview questions as well. Like whenever I was talking on that particular service, I'll be asking some questions, right? So you may get this question or you may get that particular question. So that is called interview questions. And after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, again, I'll put a dedicated session to the interview questions to give the interview questions on that particular service. And every day, more or less 1 or 2 delay, I'll be giving the running notes as well. Better, you should also maintain a running notes. If you miss something, you can just come back to me and you can refer to my running notes, which I've gave. That running notes will be given you to the classwork. It will come to your email. If you click on that everyday classes that you can see there. And if you opt for the recording, you'll also get the recording. Better to opt for the recording because since we were covering many services or many technologies, it will be useful for you if you can just go back and refer to that. Okay. Now, if I want to create a server in cloud, what is a server generally? Server, I said that server is a machine. Server is a machine. It can be computer or it can be laptop or it can be anything. Server is a machine. If it is there with us physically, that is called physical machine. If I wanted to create in cloud, I can call it as virtual machine. In AWS terminology, you can call it as EC2 instance. You can call it as EC2 instance. EC2 is a service which offers to create instance. The meaning of EC2 is elastic, compute, cloud. Elastic, compute, cloud. So I explained you the meaning of elastic compute cloud. Elastic means it can be get stretched. Compute means compute environment. CPU, memory, all these comes under compute environment. Cloud means end of the day we were hosting inside the cloud. So the meaning of elastic here is it means we can always upgrade and downgrade of our compute environment. For example, in on-premises, if I bought a laptop, if I have 4 GB memory or 4 GB RAM, it is not that much easy to upgrade and downgrade at any point of time. It's not that much easy. But in cloud, in cloud, especially in cloud, at any time, we can always upgrade and downgrade. If I want to increase the number of CPUs, I can. If I want to decrease I can. So that is the reason we will call it as elastic compute cloud. In this elastic compute cloud service, using of this, we can create instances. Instances. Instance is nothing but a virtual machine. To create an instance, creating of an instance is nothing but a buying a computer. Whatever the parameters or whatever the configurations that we have whenever we buy a computer or a laptop, we will have same configurations here, but the naming will get differed. That's it. Only the naming will get differed. So here, the first step is operating system. Instead of calling it as operating system, we always call it as AMI, Amazon Machine Image. Amazon Machine Image. We have a lot of AMIs available in AWS because we have different operating systems, right? Windows C, we have in Windows, we have different models again, different versions. Ubuntu, we have different versions. CentOS, we have different versions. Amazon Linux, we have different versions. We have many things. While creating an instance, in the first step, you will be selecting whatever the AMI that you want. You will be selecting whatever the AMI that you want. If I require Amazon Linux, I'll select Amazon Linux. If I want Windows, I'll be selecting the Windows. When I click on create instance, I'll be getting a machine where that particular operating system is installed. If I selected Windows, I'll get a machine where Windows installed. Windows machine means it will be look similar to our laptop only, right? Our laptop is also a Windows. And the second step is instance type. The second step is instance type. So here, instance type means the place where you allocate memories and CPU. But here, we will have again a families like T family, M family, R family, D family, different families that we have. Again, T family is nothing but Inside the T family, we have T2 micro, T2 medium, T2 small, T2 large, T2X large, or whatever it may be. T is a family name, 2 is a generation, micro is the size of the instance. Remember this. T is a family name, 2 is the generation, micro or whatever it may be, medium, these are all size of the instance. Each and every instance type will have a set of configuration, like 1 GB, like 1 CPU, 2 GB memory, similar to whatever the configuration. Whatever the instance type that we want, we will select that. Coming to the third step. Here we have a storage. Storage means, as of now, remember there is a step storage. We have a separate session on the storages. What are the different types of storages that we have? Which type of storage that we were attaching it to our instance? We will have a separate session on it. But as of now, remember that AMI, instance type, storage. Storage is nothing but, for example, in our laptop, we have a local disk C, local disk D, right? Hard disk. That is nothing but a storage. But we have a different types of storages. We will explain in detail of the storages later once we completed how to create an instance. As of now, this session, just concentrate on what are all the steps there, how to create an instance, how to log into that of Windows instance. Just remember this. And the next step is security group. Security group is like a firewall for our instance. And we will have a separate session on the security group as well. As of now, remember what are all the steps included to create this instance. One is AMI, instance type, storage, security group. And the other one is key pair. Key pair. Key pair is for authentication. Whenever you create an instance, for authentication, you will be using this key pair. We have different formats like .pem, .ppk. So whatever the key pair that we created while creating an instance, while logging in, we have to use the same key pair. If it is Windows, we will use .pem. If it is Linux, we will use .ppk. So remember this. If it is Windows, .pem. If it is Linux, .ppk. Key pair is for authentication. It's like a password for our EC2 instance. Okay. How to create that key pair, how to use that key pair, I'll be explaining you when I'll be showing this how to create an instance. So finally, what are all the steps are getting included? Basic steps. We will have a couple of other things, but we will learn it later. One is AMI, instance type, storage, security group, key pairs. So if someone asks you in the interview, what are the basic steps included to create an instance? AMI will be included. You know what is an AMI? AMI is nothing but an operating system. So there are a lot of images was being there. Whatever the image that we want, we will select so that that particular operating system will be installed on our machine. And instance type, storage, security group is like in a firewall. We'll have a separate session on the security group, separate session on the storage, and we'll have the key pairs to create an instance. Now let's see how to create this instance and how to log into this instance in AWS console. Chaitanya, I'll show you so that it will be understand. You will clearly understand. You can. So let me log in into the AWS console. Delete. So whenever you type AWS login, you can click on next. You can click on sign in. Once you log into the AWS account, always you should make sure in which region that you are there. So I always maintain a Mumbai region so that I'll be checking whether I'm in Mumbai region or not. Yes, I'm in Mumbai region. Whenever I want to create or whenever I want to use any service, Imran, we have many things in EC2. Today, I'm just creating about how to create an instance. We have user data, we can attach IAM role, we will be attaching the disks. There are many things. So this class, at a time, if I explain all the points, it will be difficult to remember. I'm just going from very basic. So first of all, whenever you're explaining EC2, just type on EC2 here. Just click on EC2. Go to the instances. There is an option to launch instance here, right? Just click on launch instance. So here it is asking number of instances that you want to create. I just want to create one instance. So I can name this test 7 or something. I'm naming this instance. So here, Amazon machine image. I want to select Windows. So I'm selecting Windows here. Scroll down. There is an option called instance type. See, if I click on the drop down, I can see many instance types here, right? See, if I see T2 micro, 1 CPU, 1 GB memory that I'm getting. If I'm taking T2 small, 1 CPU, 2 GB memory I'm getting. If I'm saying T2 medium, 2 CPU, 4 GB memory I'm getting. But this T2 micro is free tier eligible. For certain hours, we don't need to pay anything for this T2 micro. So I'm selecting T2 micro. Scroll down, key pair. So whatever the key pair that you are giving here, the same key pair you have to use for login purpose as well. So let's create a new key pair. Click on new create key pair. Select this. I'm selecting test 7. PM file should be there. Okay. So PM, PPK, we have two different things, right? For Windows, you always need required PEM. For Linux, you can select PPK or PPK. For Windows, you can also select PPK. I'm just going with PEM. Click on create PPK file. PM file. PM file will be downloaded into your machine. Whatever the file that you downloaded at the time of creation of an instance, for this instance to log in, you have to use this key pair as a password. Understood? Scroll down. Security group, it is creating a new security group. Let's leave it like this. I'll explain you more about that whenever we were discussing about the security group. Okay. Scroll down. Storage. I'm getting 30 GB of storage. Scroll down. We will have a separate session on the storages. Click on launch instance. Go to the instances. Instance created, right? Refresh it. So here the instance state is pending. It should come to running. And the status checks hyphen that you can see, right? For Windows, you have to wait at least 4 minutes to log in into the instance. For Linux, within 2-3 minutes, you can log in. For Windows, to install the operating system, it takes at least 4 minutes. And here you will get 2x2 status checks. We have to wait. Okay, let's wait for 4 minutes or 3 minutes. Yeah. Okay. So now, once you created this Windows instance, for this Windows, you have to generate the password using of the key pair which you have given. Select the instance. There is an option to connect here, right? Just click on connect. There is an option called RDP client here, right? Click on RDP. What is the username that you can see here? Administrator. Okay. There is an option to get the password, right? Just click on get password. Upload the file. Go to the downloads. This is the PM file, right? Select this. Open this. Decrypt password. So now you'll get the password. You have the username. You have the password. Copy the password. Put it on the notepad. So once you create a Windows instance, to log into this Windows instance, you always use RDP client. In all our Windows machines, we already have this RDP client. In all our Windows machines, we already have RDP client. So go back, select. So if you are using a MacBook, for example, if you're using a MacBook, you can click on connect. So there is an option, if you click on RDP, there is an option to download remote desktop file, right? You can download it. If you're using a Windows machine, definitely for sure that you will be having RDP in your laptops. Open the RDP. For example, go to the start. Go to just type RDP, remote desktop connection. Click on open. Okay. So here it will be asking the computer. So computer would be my public IP of the instance. Select the instance, copy the public IP, open this, paste this. Okay. Click on connect. Okay. Username. Username will be, what is the username that we have seen there? Administrator. So administrator. Password. We have already saved our password into the chat box, right? Copy this. Paste this. Click on S. For the first time, it takes 2 to 3 minutes to get our machine ready. For the second time, it won't take much time. So you can see this machine now. Similarly, the how our Windows laptop looks, it looks same because both are Windows operating systems only. So you can see this Explorer, right? I mean, this my files. So how much GB? Like 30 GB we allocated to this EC2 instance, right? If you go to this PC, you can see 30 GB. So it's same to our same to our Windows laptop. The way how the Windows machine we have in our local, it looks same, but our Windows computer is physically with us. This machine is not physically maintained by us. It is having a separate place and AWS is taking care of its maintenance. But we can connect it from here to there and we can do whatever we want, we can do that. Now you understood the difference between physical and virtual. Physical means we having our laptop with us. Virtual means our laptop is not with us, but still we can able to connect it. The way like how we have interviews like physical interview, virtual interview. Physical interview means you have to go there and you have to give the interview. Virtual means you will be available at your home, but interviewer can connect with you over the Skype or over, but the functionality can be happened. That is called the difference between physical and virtual. So that is the reason always we say that cloud is a virtualization concept. Instead of you maintaining your infrastructure physically, service provider is going to maintain it. So did you understand that statement clearly enough by looking at this example? We were not maintaining this laptop, but still it is maintained by someone. I can able to connect it. So now if you come out of from this, now if you go to the instance state here, stop, reboot, terminate. Stop means if you want to stop the instance, you can stop the instance. Later, whenever you want, you can start the instance. You won't be get charged for whenever the instance gets stopped. If you want to reboot, you can reboot. Terminate means completely delete. You can't get your instance back again. You can click on terminate. You can click on terminate. The instance will be get terminated. After terminating the instance, you won't get your instance back. So after terminating, for example, let's see, wait for here. It is shutting down here, right? And once you select the instance, you can find all the details here in the bottom. So this will be closed like this and it will be open like this. when you select a particular instance, everything like instance ID, what is the public IP of that instance, what is the private IP of that instance, everything can be seen here. Now, see, the instance got terminated, still you can see it here, right? After terminating the instance, it will be visible on your console for around 15 minutes or 20 minutes. After that, it automatically disappears. But even though if you can see this here, you can't start this instance or you can't stop this instance. See, so if I click on no option, it is already terminated. See, if I click on, there is no option to connect. The instance got terminated. You can't get your instance back. It will be just visible there for some time, 15 to 20 minutes, to just a reference, like what I have terminated in last few minutes. Instead of going to the logs and checking in the logs, for 15 to 20 minutes, it's just available there. After that, it automatically disappears. You can't see that. Understood? So this is how you can create an instance, Windows instance, and this is how you can able to log into the instance. I just wanted to park this here today, since we are in the beginning. Slowly, we will be covering more and more. Initially, the way I explained is, I'll be explaining it from the very basic. You should feel that this is very easy. Automatically, the other services, it will become very easy for you. I don't want to bring everything into, onto a single day and, explaining it every day, and I don't want to confuse you. Practice this. Then we look at how to create a Linux instance, how to log into the Linux instance, how I can install something, how the security group works for an EC2 instance, how the storage works for an EC2 instance. The other features what we have on EC2 instance, we will explore. But today, we just learn how to create an instance, how to log into a Windows instance. That's it. Clear? I'll go with an online questions first, and then I'll come to you. So people from online, raise your hand. Srinivas, I allowed you to talk.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Srinivas, little bit loud, please, because
good
here,
morning.
because of fans,
Yes,
I
sir.
can't hear you properly.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, that Windows, how to came in that AWS console, sir? There too, that virtual.
Yeah. So when you click on, let me show you that. When you click on launch instance, there is an AMI option, right?
Hmm.
Let me show you. So here, there is an option Amazon machine image, right?
Hmm.
I have
Yes, sir.
selected Windows here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is the place.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
How to came that
How,
window to AWS console, sir?
you mean to say how to connect to that instance?
No, sir. అక్కడ నుంచి మనం ఎలా వచ్చాము ఆ విండో వర్చువల్ ఓపెన్ చేశారు కదా మీరు
ఈ విండో ఎలా ఓపెన్ అయింది అంటున్నారా?
లేదు సార్ అక్కడ మనం వర్చువల్ గా ఓపెన్ చేశారు కదా మీరు పాస్వర్డ్ అవన్నీ ఇచ్చి
ఓకే. మనం
కనెక్ట్
ఇన్స్టెన్స్ క్రియేట్ చేసిన తర్వాత
Hmm.
ఇన్స్టెన్స్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకుని పైన కనెక్ట్ ఆప్షన్ ఎనేబుల్ అవుతుంది.
అవును సార్
ఓకే.
అవన్నీ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత మనం అక్కడ కనెక్ట్ అయిన తర్వాత అక్కడ నుంచి మళ్ళీ కన్సోల్కి ఎలా వచ్చారు అంటున్నా
ఏముంది, బ్యాక్ వస్తాం అంతే.
బ్యాక్
అంతే.
అక్కడ ఆప్షన్ ఏమి ఇచ్చారు ఆ విండో నుంచి ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేదానికి
Let me show you again. Let me show you it again, Srinivas. Srinivas only, right?
ఎస్ సార్ సార్ స్టార్ట్ బటన్ కొట్టిన తర్వాత మనకు ఓపెన్ మనకు
మీరు ఆర్డిపి గురించి మాట్లాడుతున్నారా?
ఎస్ సార్ ఎస్ సార్
ఏముండదు, మీరు స్టార్ట్ లోకి వెళ్ళి సెర్చ్ లో ఆర్డిపి అని సెర్చ్ చేస్తే సరిపోతుంది.
అక్కడ నుంచి బయటకి ఎలా వచ్చారు ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ కన్సోల్లోకి
ఆర్డిపి నుంచి బయటకు ఎలా వచ్చానంటున్నారా?
అవును సార్
మీకు టాప్ లో చిన్న ఇంటూ మార్క్ కనిపిస్తుంది. మీకు
అవును.
మేబీ నా జూమ్ ఏమైనా మీకు అడ్డొచ్చి ఉండొచ్చు. టాప్ లో చిన్న ఇంటూ మార్క్ కనిపిస్తుంది. ఆ ఇంటూ మార్క్ క్లిక్ చేస్తే బయటకు వచ్చేస్తాం.
ఓకే
ఓకే.
క్లియర్
క్లియర్. చిన్న ఇంటూ మార్క్ ఉంటుంది పైన టాప్ లో. మన కర్సర్ ఎప్పుడైతే మనకి జూమ్, మన మౌస్ కర్సర్ ఎప్పుడైతే పైకి పెడతామో అక్కడ మనకి గూగుల్ క్రోమ్ లో ఉంటుంది చూసారా, మినిమైజ్ బటన్, క్లోజ్ బటన్ ఇలా ఉంటాయి కదా. ఈ 3 బటన్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, మినిమైజ్, మైనస్ బటన్, ఇంటూ మార్క్ ఉంటుంది కదా. ఈ 3 ఇంటూ మార్క్స్ అక్కడ పైన ఉంటాయి. మైనస్ కొడితే మినిమైజ్ అవుతుంది, ఇంటూ కొడితే మొత్తం బయటకు వస్తాం.
కర్సర్ పైకి తీస్తే ఆటోమేటిక్ వస్తుంది.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ.
సార్ ఆల్రెడీ ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ అకౌంట్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళు క్లోజ్ చేసుకోవాలంటే నిన్న చెప్తామన్నారు ఈరోజు.
ఎస్ చెప్తా, ఇప్పుడు చెప్తా. Okay. So one second. Pavan Kumar, difference between Linux machine and storage machine is not storage difference. These two are different operating systems. Linux operating system is different. Windows operating system is different. The one which we are using is Linux operating system. For example, in your mobiles, it is an Android operating system. Similar, these are different operating systems. So, Jatin, like 2 by 2 status checks means whenever we create an instance, if there is any hardware issue or if the instance is not configured properly, so it shows 1 by 2. It means there is an issue with the hardware or something. Either we have to terminate the instance and we have to create, or we have to create a support case. We have to do. Is there any issue with the data center? If something is not allocated properly to our EC2 instance, then it shows that 1 by 2 checks. Okay, so people who wanted to close their accounts, like previous any accounts, top right side, if you click on our name, there is an option to click on account, right? Just click on account.
Yes.
Once you click on account, so just scroll down. Okay. So here, go to the home. Show you, it will be here only. Somewhere here in the left side, there is an option to close the account. If you can scroll down, last option which should be close the account. Let me show you that. Home, 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 home. Bills, payments, credits, exports, budgets. Let me do one thing here. Account page. We are in the account page only. You can see the option here, right?
Yes, sir.
There is a close account option.
Yes,
Just
sir.
go to here, just click on account. So there is a close account option here. If you click on close account, the account will be closed. Clear, Srinivas?
Okay. In case of old balance also, if there means they can open the console, sir.
Come again.
ఆల్రెడీ ఓల్డ్ బ్యాలెన్స్ ఉన్నదనుకోండి మనకి ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ కన్సోల్ ఓపెన్ అవుతుందా?
మీ వాయిస్ వినిపించలేదు అసలు, కొంచెం గట్టిగా మాట్లాడండి.
ఓల్డ్ బ్యాలెన్స్ ఉన్నా సరే అకౌంట్ క్లోజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు సార్?
చేసుకోవచ్చు.
ఓకే. మళ్ళీ సేమ్ కార్డుతో మళ్ళీ క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు కదా సార్?
ఎస్, క్రియేట్ విత్ డిఫరెంట్ ఈమెయిల్ ఐడి.
యా, ఓన్లీ ఈమెయిల్ ఐడి ఓన్లీ చేంజింగ్, దట్స్ అన్ ఓన్లీ.
Yes.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ సార్.
Yes, done.
Sir. Okay.
Any other questions, guys? Imran, I allowed you to talk.
Yeah, actually, could you let me know how many month free tier provide?
See,
AWS?
free tier is up to, like, it depends on like 1 year or something. But the problem is, it's not about the duration. It's all about for each service, there will be a limit. Okay. For example, there is a T2 micro instance. For the T2 micro EC2 instance, there will be some hours are free tier, like some 20 hours or 35 hours or 40 hours. There will be a limitation for each and every service, which comes under the free tier. So that will be getting exceeded. Clear? Years, it will be like 1 year or 2 years you can use. But the limit of each services will be exceeded because we'll be using more than that. Clear, Imran?
Okay. And second thing, actually, I talked to Arif yesterday. He
Okay.
told me to talk to you about Python scripting, and it will be covered in this course.
Which one?
Python scripting.
Pattern scripting.
Python
scripting will not be. I'll be not teaching the Python scripting in this particular course. We will be using a Python Boto 3 in AWS to deploy the Lambda functions. I'll be showing you how to deploy a Python script. Clear?
Okay.
So
Then
if there
no
is a
problem.
Python script, how we can deploy that Python script in AWS, that is what we'll be showing you. So explaining about Python course is not being done here. So like,
No,
sample Boto 3 script I'll be deploying in the Python. So how I'll be deploying, I'll be explaining it here.
And also in Azure, am I right?
Yes, in Azure as well.
Okay, then good, no problem. I will cover Python.
Yeah,
from,
because Python
different-
scripting is a different course, right?
Yes, right.
Coding is a different part. But in AWS, we might deploy a few codes with few use cases. I'll be showing one of the use case and where to deploy which service that we need to use to deploy that.
Okay, then okay, no problem. I will
Yep.
cover Python from
Yep.
different batch, but I will continue that also.
Yep.
AWS Terraform. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, last year I use Microsoft Azure free tier
Yeah.
for one month. But
Yeah.
after one month, I choose pay as you go option.
Okay.
But I didn't I choose a developer.
Okay.
And every monthly it charge more than 2,000 rupees
Yes.
without using anything resource.
Yes.
But actually, why it happened? Actually, I want to.
Yes, because in Azure, whenever we were creating a subscriptions, okay. So when you want to enable this pay as you go subscription, so for that pay as you go subscription, since you said that you have enabled the developer plan, right?
Yes.
So for the developer plan, there will be a support given by the AWS, like I mean Azure. If you stuck it anywhere or something, for that they will be charging it. And forever, whatever the resources that you are being used for that also, they will be charging it.
Yes, right.
You have to cancel the subscription first.
Okay, I cancel. So I
Yeah.
want to use a subscription, which when I use resource, then they charge without as pay as you go. So what is the option for that?
You can go with the pay as you go subscription for that.
And
See, for example, even if you go the pay as you go subscription, You will be creating a VPC, you will be creating an ad gateway or any other thing, right?
Yes.
So each and everything is a charge. What I prefer is don't go with pay-as-you-go subscription. Just go with because in AWS, until unless even though if you practice, until unless you selected a business account, they won't debit anything from our bank account in AWS. But Azure is not like that. Even though if you create a single resource or single elastic IP or anything, this comes under a charges, right? You have
Yes.
to pay for it. Don't get into that. That's what I suggest.
Yes, actually, but my experience in Azure,
Hmm.
and I want to do practice for my jobs activity.
Okay.
So that's why I want to
Yeah, go
suggestion.
with a pay-as-you-go subscription then.
And for without using any resource, I don't want to charge. Then what is the option there?
Pay-as-you-go subscription only the way.
And there is option come developer and something 3 4 option which is
Yeah, select the first plan. There is a free plan. Okay. Developer plan is something where if you want any developer support from the Azure, then you have to select the developer plan.
no, I don't want to use. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. So I'll send you the plan. It's okay.
okay, share me the that plan which
Yes, yes.
you
Sure, sure, sure.
and also I mail you. Actually, Arif has given me your mail ID.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can reply on that about
Sure,
that.
sure, sure. Send me an email then. Yeah.
I sent you already. Sure.
Okay, okay. I'll check that.
Thank you.
Yeah, done, Imran. So any other questions, guys? Okay, if you do not have any questions, let me mute and go to the offline students. Ali, I
Yeah,
allowed you to talk.
hello. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Please tell.
Yes, sir. Python scripting is different and Python coding is different, sir.
Both are same. Both are same.
Both are same. Okay. 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 You are covering this one, no, sir? Lambda services like
Yes, we will be
hello.
covering Lambda as well.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Pawan, in AWS or Azure, we do not have any coding or we do not have any scripting. So we have a service to execute the code. So that is what we were showing it here. That's it. You don't require any coding to learn AWS. Nothing is there here. Yes, Siri, ready? Please tell me. I allowed you to talk.
Hi Santosh, good morning.
Yes,
This
good
is
morning.
this is Sirisha.
Yes, yes.
Actually, while creating the instance here, the option is showing like AMI image, right? In that,
Yes.
what we have to select means what I
Windows.
have to. Yeah, Windows.
Yes.
Okay, okay. I have selected Windows, and then I move on to next step like create new pair.
Yes.
There
Key.
also we have to give the name,
Any name.
right?
You can give.
Keep
Any name.
key
Any
pair
name you
name.
can. Any name you can give.
Any name. Okay.
Just try it and watch the video. If not, I'll show it again tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, Abbas.
This one, this in AW lambda expressions are there, na? Hello.
Yes, tell me. Tell me. I can hear you.
Ah, this one, we can deploy microservices, no? There, sir.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I-
So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. So we'll connect on Tuesday again. Monday won't be class, I think. Monday there won't be class, I think. Okay. Saturday, Sunday there won't be classes.